Hey, this is Allenpennington here. I'm playing a war game, a DuelistGroundz war game on Duel Network. I just got back into warring. There's two people left in the war. So this is me versus Levski. I'm playing Dark World and he's playing Plants. So he drew 6 and passed. And I got like a lot of options, but I'm just gonna pass as well because it forces him to make the first play. So he's gonna set a card and pass. And I believe what I do here, this commentary was recorded after the match, not during the match. So I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. I'm going to set Solemn Warning. And I'm pretty sure he's going to MST. So there he goes. At this point I don't know what he's running yet, but I'm just trying to play conservative since I don't think he has a nut hand. And then now that his MST is gone, I'm going to try to Pro Heavy Storm him. So I'm hoping that he's going to set a second Speller Trap and pass. Three spells or traps. Even better. So now hoping to get the 3-for-1, but I believe, yep, he has Solemn Judgment. It's still an awesome trade because he lost 4,000 and his only Solemn is gone. So now that I baited out that play, I'm going to go MST Tour Guide and try to get some more damage in there. Put some pressure on my opponent. So there's Mirror Force. And then I'm just going to go Tour Guide Sengen beat for 2,000. It'll leave him at 2,000, which is a good number to have him at. It means that, he can't use Solemn Warning for the rest of the game. And I don't want to, exceed an attack for 25, because it's worse if he has, a Dimensional Prison set or something like that. At least here, if he de-prisons my Sengen, I'll still be able to beat with Tour Guide. But he's just going to take both. And now I'm going to set the Solemn Judgment, because why not? And it's his go. Also, what's nice here is that, he still doesn't know what I'm playing. Obviously, you can tell I'm playing Dark World, but all I've played is, MSTs, Heavy, and Tour Guide. So I could easily be playing, Tengu Plants or even Tour Guide Agents or something. And he's going to Dark Hole, which seems to make me think my opponent's getting desperate. And I'm just going to get the Raven here. With Raven discarding 2 Dark Worlds and a Monster Reborn in my hand, it looks like, I pretty much got this game. So I'm going to go activate Raven's effect. And he's got Dust Shoot, which means if the Dust Shoot goes through, I'll only be able to discard 1 Dark World instead of 2. So I think we're just going to activate Solemn. If his back row is nothing relevant, it means he'll just be dead, because Raven will be at 21, and Garfield will kill his monster. And he's scooping him up. So now I gotta figure out how to side. So you can see my deck and my side there. Since I'm going second this game, I think I'm going to side out Dust Shoot. I don't know what he's playing. I actually just didn't see a monster. But I put him on Tengu plants personally. Just based on the way he was making his plays. Tengu plants is really the only deck that can draw a hand without any monsters. Agents kind of can also, if they just draw a hand of like triple Hyperion or something. So I'm going to side in the Dust Shoot for debunk here. And I also realized I had a wind up Zen mains in my deck. Which is technically not allowed since this is a pre-Photon Shockwave tournament. I just forgot about it. So luckily my opponent's not trying to get me on it. So yeah, I think swapping out the Dust Shoot for debunk is a pretty safe side decking plan here. And let's go to game 2 after my opponent sides. Alright, so he's done. And I'm done. So this is a decent hand. I got some traps, field spell, and 2 Dark World monsters. Now I draws MST, but rather than just activating it right away, I'm going to make sure my opponent doesn't have anything in my standby phase. That way if he Dust Shoots me here, I can just MST his other back row, and then play Gate and summon Snow and attack over his Thunder King. And it turns out that he does have a Dust Shoot, so looks like my plan worked. He only has one choice here, Ob. I figure I might as well set both back rows here. Worst case scenario, he has like a heavy storm and I have to play Solemn Judgment. But surprisingly enough, it is hard for plants to beat a 2000 attacker. And there goes my Torrential. I'd rather him hit the Torrential than the Solemn Judgment, since Solemn is much more flexible. And he has Banisher. Now he summoned a Banisher and set 2 back rows, which tells me that he probably has a Dimensional Prison and some other card, like either a Book of Moon or an enemy controller, because he'll want to be able to stop both my guys, or he might just have a Mirror Force. But either way, I figure the correct play is to attack, and depending on what he has, I'll be able to play Solemn and run over his Banisher. So my guy's going to defense, which means his other set must be a Dimensional Prison, since he wants to be able to stop the snow. So he's going to play D-Prison, and here I have to use the Solemn Judgment, because if I don't Solemn Judgment, then he'll just, kill both my guys, and I won't really be able to have any field position. So I'm just going to keep the pressure up. And of course my opponent is so he's got a back row. And I'm just going to be aggressive here. No reason to really play around the Mirror Force, because my guys have low defense anyway. So keeping them in defense would not be the play. And it's his turn. His best draw here would probably be like a Tengu or something, but he doesn't have it. He's just going to set more back rows. And I've got the Dark Arm as Assurance for later. So now I can just summon my guy, and if he has a Torrential, I can just play Dark Arm. But instead he has Bottomless. Dark Arm's actually a card I'm thinking about taking out of the deck. He's not been that amazing. He just kind of sits there. He's actually, I think Dark Arm is a win more card. And he has Thunder King to attack over my brow. Now, I would summon Sangan here, but he is at 100, so unless he has something, he's just dead. But he has Book of Moon. And since the Sangan in my hand is dead, I might as well cycle it for another card. And there's that Tengu I was talking about earlier. Here's going to put me at 19, which kind of puts me in a rough spot, I guess you could say. But I am going to draw another card for my turn, and potentially draw 2 off of the Gate in the Brow. So it's not too hard to top deck something that would be awesome. Valor is not very helpful, unfortunately. So I'll have to try to get there with those 2 draws. And luckily for me, I'm a sack, so I drew the 3rd snow, which means my opponent is stone dead. And that's it. This match wasn't particularly close. I think Plants is one of Dark World's better matchups, although I'm sure many people would disagree with me. But that's about it. I will be putting up another war match later, but I hope you enjoyed this one.